me. You don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little visine. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss off, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you want to taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you want to hate bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. I'll wait for, a couple more people to get in just to let the people who are just coming from other lives or just getting notifications come through, just give it a couple moments before we get started. How is everyone today? Is everyone today? Like, are you guys doing good? It's a Monday. We're like just starting off the week. Unfortunately, we're starting off the week with this. Um, you know, hey Grandma Sherry, hey Lindsay. I threw you guys wrenches. Hope you don't mind. If you don't want to keep them, it's okay. I'll just kind of want a couple people in here. The live shouldn't be too crazy or anything of that nature, but it doesn't hurt to um have a couple on hand. So you know what? Just not to belabor, let's just get this started. So as you can see, we're starting this week off with, the situation that happened over the weekend between Elevated Truth and Moon. Now, to give a little like insight to myself, I was kind of caught off guard with the live. It was sent to me, and the way it was sent was that, hey, you may want to watch this live. I think it has something to do with Moon and Truth. I was like, huh? Totally confused. And then I saw the title. I'm like, this is interesting. So, needless to say, I did watch the live. Had not heard Moon's live or what she had to say, of course, and I was completely blown away. And I was just sitting there with my jaw dropped, speechless, and I was like, what is going on here? This is absolutely insane. And I really, really, really felt bad for Truth. I watch him from time to time. I enjoy listening to his thought process, and I feel that more times than not, he is fair. But as with anyone, there are going to be inherent biases, and I'm okay with that because that's all a part of being human. That's just my take on it. Now, for all those who are here, what were your thoughts on the live before I just dive in? Hey, Marlena, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Any thoughts before I get started? Hey, Jenny. Jenny loves truth. Okay. Okay, Grandma Sherry says it was gross. And yeah, I felt the same way. I was just like completely in shock. Hey, BTU. I only heard portions, but she is bad in general. From what I can tell, using the N word to truth issue. For me, I'm acquainted with Moon for quite a while. Actually, I've known of her for at least a couple years through other, this community and just seeing her around. And to me, I was felt that Moon was a bit of a loose cannon, so to speak. And I was like, okay, this is not kind of going to end well. And I just felt like, it's better to avoid than deal. That's just my take on things, but to each his own. And I was just like, does that really need to be said? Like, no. Just sometimes, you don't need to say everything. That's just my take on it. You don't need to say everything. Sometimes it's best to leave some things unsaid. Freedom of speech is a great thing that we have in this country, but you know, it's not always the best. Sometimes you have to keep things inside your head and really, really think about what you say before you speak. And I think with Moon, that just doesn't seem to be the case. Let's see. BDU, good to see you. Jenny J said, I was so shocked to see people in their condolences be hearing from Moon. Yeah, I mean, I think we've all seen creators get support for bad behavior, and we're shocked. But then it's the internet, so there's an audience for everyone, even though we may disagree. Marlene said, I tried to give Moon a second chance, but now I'm good. You see, I never really gave Moon a chance to be completely honest. You could just see how problematic she could be, and I understand like we all have issues. We all like want support. We all want a following. This, that. I get that, but to be so disparaging and so just out of line is just like wow. So I do want to share the community post real quick because I'm going to respect Truth because he did ask. No, he didn't ask. What he said was, I know this is going to be shown over and over again. He's all, I understand that, but I just don't like seeing myself. So I'm not going to show any of his live. I think I'm just going to stick to conversation and this one screen share real quick. So this is Moon's community post, and she's been posting like a maniac. All right, where did it go? Let me go back here. Thought I had this here. Where is it at? My apologies. I'm trying to find it. I thought I was at the post. I think this is the one. I hope you dream about it nightly. If it even happened at all you do is display very effeminate gesturing and the love of wearing makeup. Fuck, I thought my life and parents and obese ex friends were fucking bad enough. Donkey's gonna swamp though. With a curate next to them and low T counts. Ha ha ha, bitch. So I was just like, really? That is absolutely ridiculous. That is so stupid and so just not appealing on all levels. And then again, this is kind of what happens when creators give other creators who they know are problematic a platform. You know, especially if you're a bigger creator platforming a smaller creator, you have to be so mindful about who you promote. Like, you really, really have to make sure, you know, that they are up and up. They are, you know, upstanding. You know, everyone's gonna be problematic to a degree at some point, but not to this degree. And with Moon, you know, the proof was out there. I know a lot of her stuff is deleted, but there's enough about out there about her to where you can say like, okay, we don't really need that. Then I was thinking about like, you know, how did we get here? Before I even thought about this live, I was like, how did we even get here? And I go back, and I'm a person who doesn't just look at the end product. I do like to walk backwards to see like how did this start, where did this start, how do we like even get on this path? And it's amazing how we did. And I know a lot of people aren't gonna like this when I say this, but you know, let me just go to the chat real quick. I'll get back to my thoughts. Jenny Jason, but that was the wildest crazy stuff I've seen. Lindsay says so uncalled for. Yes, Lindsay, so wild to think a creator in her mods and some subscribers were laughing, even gave moves some money. Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, wow. Lindsay's not okay with it. Marlena says they all exploit each other's trauma, including truth. He is an innocent. Seems like a free for all. These days, it's gross on all sides. We're going to talk about that. Hey, LA, you're never late. Welcome. Hello, hello. All right. So here's where how I feel we got here. Now I'm going to go back to Brittany. And this is not to say Brittany's to blame for everything, because I don't think she is. For me, and what I know the situation is, Brittany and Truth were cool for what I recall. Like a couple months ago, they were cool. Like, you know, I think I would see him in her chat. She would go in his chats, and they were friendly, right? And I believe some sort of falling out happened. Okay, it happens from time to time. Now, I'm going to flash forward to, I think, Truth's live before last, or maybe one before that, where, you know, he had mentioned that, you know, he and Brittany had a falling out. She had apologized, and he thought they were good, but then she went back and started shit talking him. I'm like, well, that's not good. That's never a good thing. That should not happen. If you're going to apologize, mean it, and move forward. So I think there was a little bit of residual there. But then I also heard that, hey, Soup, I also heard, and I need someone to correct me if I'm wrong on this. I heard that, uh, you know, Truth read Brittany's DV report and he had it for a couple of months. Is that accurate? So I'm hearing different stories. I want to make sure I at least have my basic story correct. Ah, thanks, Truth. My mistake. I thought you were. My bad. I thought y'all were friendly. I appreciate that. I really, really do. So definitely correct me where I'm wrong. And because I'm hearing all sorts of things everywhere, which is why I like to ask questions. You know, but back to Brittany on this, I just, with her, it's always a spin and a victim. And it's always, I feel that she will, you know, do things and try to keep her hands clean. I really, really do. And I feel like she was the start of this. And I'm hearing theories that, you know, oh, what was it said? That she paid Moon to do this type of thing to like kind of be her attack dog. And Brittany and Moon have history. They were friendly. They fell out. They were friends again. I was kind of shocked about that because the last time I heard they had fallen out and it was bad, and to see Moon be promoted by her, I was like, that's very interesting. And oh, let me see. Give me one more side truth. It was read on another show and it was read on my panel. I knew there was a report, but had never read it. That was the first. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate that. That helps me out a lot. That helps me out a lot. Perfect. So I remember seeing Granny's, and I think something was Granny's watching, but that we're not gonna get into that today. My issue was not with her; it was with him. But she, okay, thank you. This really, really helps. I really appreciate this of the clarity truth because it gives me more to work with. I got bits and pieces, and like Soup said, where's Soup's comment? Soup. Soup has. I got people under my comments saying different things. Yeah, and that's what happens around here. Everything is a confusion because people won't say this person, that person. It's always they and them, and it just throws it off. So I'm glad you're here, Truth. I appreciate that. I really, really, really do because I kind of felt that how you were treated was not good. The live was atrocious, and you did not deserve that at all. I don't care how you feel about someone, you don't go there. And this is probably why my title is let me be clear. Let me be clear here. My channel is very inclusive. I don't like blocking people. Um, I did block Moon preemptively because I felt it was the right thing to do based on her own actions. I am on no one's team. My channel, I should say, my channels stand by themselves. People are welcome here to have good conversation, even clear things up that may be out there that may not be true, because we all hear different things, especially as creators. And again, I'm on no one's side. To me, the only side is right. Right is right, wrong is wrong. The truth is the truth, no matter who it benefits. And I wish more people are seeing it that way because I'm seeing a lot of subscribers, creators try to say, oh, you're on this side or this side. No, I'm on the side of what's right. And my thing is, if you cannot handle that, then maybe my channel may not be for you because I will never like side with someone just because they're my friend. I believe that you can have friends as creators. You absolutely can, but your channel should stand by itself. That way, you're not tied to anyone's narrative, anyone's feelings, anyone's friendship. Because as a creator, you should want to stand on your own and have your own point of view and be able to stand 10 toes down and speak out for people when they've been done wrong. So, again, I'm on no one's side. I can see wrong on all sides and I can see it fairly. Again, I am fair, not blind. Sorry for the rant. I just kind of need to get that out there. All right, let me start here. True, I think 99% have a problem with Craig and things he does and says BJ will never hold him account. And see, LA, this is the crux of my issue, is that Craig can sit in the background and say all sorts of shit and Brittany not hold him accountable. And she wants to, here's how I feel, she wants to act like he's not part of her show because he's in the background. But yes, he's in the background, not on your panel, but he's still giving his commentary and his opinion on your channel. So therefore you do need to hold him accountable. And when he says fucked up shit, you need to like stop muting him, kick him out the room, send him somewhere, mow the lawn, go to the liquor store, do something, but hold him accountable, do something. Jenny, you don't have to thank me for this. The thing is, at some point, people need to understand that it is okay to do the right thing for people you may not care for. It doesn't make you a hypocrite. It doesn't make you a flip flopper. What it does, it makes you a person who has some common sense and common decency. That's just the way I see it. And truth, I will go back and watch the live in its entirety because I do enjoy your work and I do enjoy your train of thought, even though I may not always agree with everything. Soup says, I don't blog, but she will not be in my chat, and I'm on no team. No problem. I went after him to kick her, because of kicking her when she was down. He claims to be a prophet, yet did that, so I felt he should be called out. She got mad, turned into a victim thing, yet said, truth, I'm going to go with that one as well. You know, calling him out is very important. And I kind of did the same thing, but for something different, because to me, he's not supportive of her. She deserves better. She can do better. She can be better. But what she does not do is hold him accountable. And if this platform is your business, is how you like take care of your family, and he's a detriment, you need to make a business decision and like boot him out of the business. Period. And you can't always be a victim in every scenario. Not everything is done to you. I sit back, I watch, I'm like, well, I understand what you're saying here and what they're doing to you, but I always go back to, what did you do in the first place for them to come at you? That's I always try to go back to the beginning. I really, really do. Lindsay said, I'm on no side either, but this was vile. I can't stay quiet about it. Joseph also blocked Moon on Saturday night. And you know what? I agree with that. And that was what went to my head. I took into account Truth's live. I took into account Moon's words. And I took into account Soup's live that I watched this morning. Then I took into account Jones and blocking a Moon immediately. And I felt that was the best way to go. Grandma Sherry says, I like everyone, but I'm still team everyone sucks. Jenny J, I watch everyone. And say I do it because I feel as a creator, if you get stuck watching one sector or one creator or one creators too much, it clouds your judgment to be able to see what's really going on. So that's why I go everywhere. I listen to everyone. I've always been that way, because there have been times I'll see something, I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. I'm like, I go over to the other person and I'm like, oh, I see what happened here. So when you start putting pieces together, this is why you watch everyone and try to take no side, because you need to go around to each creator, take something from it and piece it together on your own and form your own opinion. That's why you should always, as they say, do your own research and come up to your own opinion. He never did it. So, truth. I mean, I've been hearing on the streets that Brittany J said it didn't happen. So I'm gonna go with that. If that is true, and I have not heard it, and if someone has the clip, please point me to it. I'd be happy to watch it. If she said it did not happen, it's kind of hard to use someone's trauma against them if it didn't happen. So I do get that. Soup says, I've asked people to leave. They can't handle my opinions. No alliances, no restrictions. Exactly. Hey, Hope's Echo. Yeah, so I was listening. I was listening to you, and I was listening. I was with Chasing this morning. Uh, we watched your live. Reach part. Rewatch part of Truth's live. I will rewatch things before my lives just to make sure I go in with as much knowledge as I can get. Because sometimes when I rewatch things, my opinion does change. Grandma Sherry, please. Thank you. Truth, not a problem. Not a problem. Like I said, I've watched you for a minute. Have always found you engaging, fair, thoughtful. You know, I like to take away the knowledge from the person and get a perspective. I'm not there for form an opinion on the person, form like a right and wrong on the person. I am there to gain perspective, and I really think that's what's lost in this sector round is perspective. Stop trying to make everything good and bad, evil, God this, religion that, rebuking this, rebuking that. Stop doing that. Go into a chat, watch a creator. Even if you don't chat, watch a creator. Listen to what they have to say. They may change your mind. They may help you see a different perspective. Most times for me, I'll go in and create a people may not like, and they'll fill in pieces of the puzzle that I may miss. And I really, really appreciate that. Hey, Ash. See, Jen, this is why I appreciate you, because I do see you everywhere, and you speak up, and you don't always agree with the creator, and I really appreciate that. Oops, sorry about that. Truly, what was said to you was vile, and I'm sorry you had to be victimized over again. However, you have said some very vile things as well. And Dusty, I've seen this argument too, and here's where I sit on it. Now, having seen some of the most horrible, vile things said in other communities, what's going on here is bad, but it's not the worst I've seen. And I do have to take into account that no matter who starts this, and this is another point I need to make, when you're going back and forth, and you've gone back and forth for a minute, you can't, when you start pointing out who said this, who said that, vile this, vile that, well, my trauma is worse than your trauma, so you shouldn't talk about me. Well, no, my worst trauma is worse than yours, and you start trying to paint things on levels. When you start trying to break things down on levels, you start nitpicking so hard that the core issue or the main point is lost. Which is why I hate when I feel subscribers and other creators get pulled into situations, because when you go into a situation, you're mostly going to have a bias. So for me, I don't look at things as such levels, because I'm not going to compare uh, Truth's trauma to Brittany's trauma. Trauma is trauma. But I will say you cannot compare. And like, hear me when I say this. And some people may not like this, and I'm okay with that. You cannot compare the child I'll use for, since Truth is here, I will refrain my words on this. His essay as a child compared to adult TV. To me, you're comparing bananas and cantaloupes. I'm sorry, this is how I feel. Of course, Moon continued her vile crap today and added, saying nasty crap about people's children. Of course she did. Of course she did. Hey, Claire. Oh, Jimmy says I'm stuck in bed 24 hours. I see lots. Oh, I get. Okay, okay, okay. Ash, I'm on the third side. I can see manipulation lies on the dark side and the bright side. Stop pissing on my leg. I know it's not raining, so I'll be over. I'll be over here when the rest of you wake up. Jane Doe says that's true. When I first started watching YouTube, I stayed only watching cover creators. It makes it easy for one to turn biased. Jane, that is so true, and I'm glad you're expanding out, because it helps you understand. Because I used to think certain creators were like, "Oh my God, you're horrible! Like, how could you say this, and this?" And then I've had people come to me like, "Hey, Jamal, go look over here." I'm like, "Do I have to?" And they're like, "You should." I'm like, "Okay, let me go into this open mind. I'm looking for information at that point." So I go get the information. I'm like, "Oh, got it. I see." So let's not get stuck in our biases so much. Let's be open to really looking at things. Jamal BJ did say it didn't happen. There are clips and screenshots. LA, can you, if you can point me in the right direction, that'd be awesome. And you can do it in the comments, or you can do it here. Either way is fine. Thank you. Lindsay's like, she has, yeah, I just asked LA for, you know, the clips if possible. She was on stream crying after Reagan showed you. Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, Lacey. What about QB saying what she said about Sinner? I did not see that. It was just as vile as what Moon said. There was no outrage over that. And this is where there has to be say us have the same injury across the board. And I want to say Chasing said that. I think Chasing said that this morning. I think Soup said it as well. You can't call, it's hard to call out one and not call out the other. If you're gonna call out one for doing one thing, you have to call out everybody. And I think that's what's lacking, in the sector. In my other community, which I still dabble in, everyone got called out equally. There was no such thing as you're my friend, I can't say anything to you. These people would make videos on their friends if they were wrong. And I think over here that's what's missing because it's gotten so intertwined and so litigious, if that's the right word, like legal. People are quick to like, I'm going legal on you. It's like, damn, like you can't even like, I can't even say anything to you, even as a friend. We're friends, but I can't say nothing to you. It's like, okay. Brittany said it took them a lot of time and work to overcome what happened to them, and they moved on putting it out there, open old wounds. What she said. Okay. She said it did. It was trauma, and then claimed it didn't. No charges, even if they were pressed. If it's true, the state will pick it up and press charges if she didn't want to. Oh, hey hoodies. She didn't say that it did not happen. See, this even in chat right now. Different, um, different things are being said. So I can't watch the multiple 5 hour live. It's hard to keep. Grandma, you and me both. Okay. Actually, the state has to drop the charges if the victim doesn't cooperate, since the crux of the case is mostly in testimony of the victim. They press charges, but we will get a conviction. Oh, gotcha. Claire says, exactly, Jamal. Two wrongs don't make a right. They all must be accountable for their own actions. Pointing at the other is just deflection and an ill-placed justification. Watered down any valid point. Yes. Hey, LG. Jenny, I know a lot of people did. True says, BJ said there was no abuse. How was there a DV? Like I said, if someone could point me to the clips, I would love to see it. Okay. Lindsay said, Dusty, okay, but please don't take away from what happened to him strictly because of things he said and done. And this is where I agree with Chasing, Soup, people who say you can see wrong on both sides. And this, in truth, said this himself, and I really, in my mind, I was applauding when he said that. He's like, you may not like me, you may hate me, but this what was done to me is wrong, and I did not deserve that. And I'm paraphrasing truth, sorry, but that's what I took from it. And I said that's absolutely right. Just because you don't like someone, just because you hate someone, when something horrendous has been done to them, do not take away from that. If you are so filled with dislike for someone, say nothing. Say nothing. But don't voice and try to take away from what happened to this person. And that's just my take on it. That's absolutely my take on it. I will help someone I don't like. I will tell the truth. And I have done this in my offline life. I don't like to use real life. I prefer offline. In my offline day-to-day life, I have helped people who I did not care for. Why? Because they were right in the situation. And if I can't tell the truth when the truth is needed, that makes me question my own morals. It does. It makes me question my own ethics and morals. And some people really need to take a look at themselves. And I'm going to use truth as an example. If you hate truth so much that you can't acknowledge the horrific things that have been said to him and have been done to him, you need to really check your morals to see if you still have them or if you have them at all. And that's just how I feel on it. People commit crimes all the time. They don't get caught for it. That doesn't mean they didn't commit the crime. That just means they didn't get caught or convicted. Agreed. Dusty says, I just told you that I was sorry for what was said. Don't understand how that's being taken away from his trauma. Brid's trauma is her trauma. Don't take it away from her either. I can agree to that. Soup says there's a handful I actually know are horrible. I don't put everyone I don't care for in that category. Right. We have to put people in their own categories to our own feelings and what we've seen on our own. Jenny, crama reels? Okay, I'll check them out tonight. Thank you. I'm giving you a sign if you can't call your favorite YouTuber. That's why I don't have favorites. This is why I run around and listen to everyone. I learned that from my YouTube mentor. Actually, a couple of them when I was just very first starting my channel. And the first piece of advice they actually gave me was, Jamal, you can have your friends. Don't be don't become such friends with them to where you can't call them out if you need be. And in the past, I have called my friends out. I've called them out on Twitter. I've called them out privately in Discord. I call them privately on Instagram. But they never did anything of the magnitude where I need to call them out publicly. But there were times we disagreed, and we disagreed with. We've actually. I wish I had kept those old videos of panels where we actually disagree with each other on panel while disagreeing with the chat at the same time. But to me, that's a friendship that's solid. Yeah, like my thing is, you can't get online and talk your shit and then cry. No, I will never like go with that. Hey Doodles, good to see you. I'll have to ask a couple of folks who would know. I have to hear and see myself. Her D report was put on X for a while. Okay. Someone asked her, she said it was Craig, and she said it was Craig's death report, one of two. You mean when they were on the panel on Mother's Day calling Katie a killer, but that's nothing, right? Yeah, same Stenson. An hour is pretty much my limit, just because I kind of feel that I don't want to go around in circles. And I want to make sure I hit all my talking points and make a live that's watchable. But I do love the chat though. Who's them? Elevate truth. Serious question. All this is stuff from Missy. Yeah, it really is crazy. Then after it was said, clues protects predators. I think people looked into that report. Lindsay says, I think stuff said and done on both sides have been wrong. Lindsay, that kind of what happens. That tends to happen in like what we call anti communities. Once you get in the back and forth of it all, and you're ping ponging, it's like what's going on? What happened here? Who did what? Said what? When? Blah blah blah. Like one more person will do a 6 hour live, then the next day someone class back a 7 hour live. Is like, how do you keep up with that? And it goes over months, and there's multiple issues and multiple grievances to a point you kind of almost stop caring. Ash says, "Nope, that is dirty and wrong too, but also doesn't make doing the same kind of stuff back to her anymore. Right? It's all wrong, and the only way to stop this nasty low level bullshit is for someone to stop it." Ash, I will say this: I agree with you there, but I'm gonna go on the other side as well. And I was taught this on YouTube as well. You can't tell people when something's done to someone, you can't tell them not to respond or how to respond. As much as we would all love for everyone to come on a panel, just fight it out, hash it out on maybe like a nice little 3 hour live. Everyone air their grievances. Apologies can be made. Things can be put to bed, and it can move forward. People work on their own timeline. Grandma Sherry says breaking up into size pays well. Money, in my opinion, allegedly. And I think Stinson agrees. Thanks, Jane. Welcome, everyone. Little Daisy says, when Seth was talking about Sebastian, he said he missed Sebastian taking a shower, not fishing trips, not small, but shower weird. Okay, let's see. 3. BJ told Clue to dig on her that she would find nothing. Then the report was revisited and came out it was BJ and Craig, not his dad. And this is why you don't challenge people to do anything on the internet. Never do it. Let's see. All the excuses making in the world cannot and will not make any of this mess okay. I don't care who it is. It's all disgusting. Period. Ash, I think most people lie within the middle. Hoodies says the exploitation of victims is vile. We want creators to do better when speaking on true crime. Why do they think it is okay to speak on another creator's true crime trauma? I have no clue. When I see someone in chat agreeing with the creator discussing a child's trauma, that tells me all I need to know about that person. And this was all months ago, maybe 6 months, not the Reagan thing. Gotcha. Hope says, Little Daisy, his son is gone. I try to give all parents grace. That's the way I look at things. I try to say, like, when the child goes missing, the family as a whole, I don't split the family up. I said the family as a whole are victims, So, hi, Sally. I'm late, but I understand it was wrong what Moon said about Truth and what Truth had said about others as well. But his is Brittany's fault. I'm sorry. No, Sally is not. I'm not saying it's Brittany's fault. Is more that Brittany was kind of, for me, from what I'm piecing together, the start, more of the catalyst of it all. But now I want to get off Brittany. I do want to move on to Moon because I think we've gone over that. With Moon, it's very, very simple for me. Very simple. What she said was vile. Community post vile. There's no really place on YouTube, in my opinion, for that kind of vitriol. Promoting Moon is not a good idea. Moon is a loose cannon. I have not seen any positive content Moon from Moon from what I have seen, and I do feel that people need to talk about this and announce this because it's very, very, very problematic, to say the least, and I mean that to say the least. And for me, moving forward, there's nothing more to say about her. Moon has not changed from the time I first ran across her, and that's okay. Some people grow, some people don't, some people stay where they are, and that's fine for them. But as far as she goes, at the end of the day, I think we can all agree that what was said and what was so casually said, like these were words that come out her mouth daily. Vile. And that's where I'm going to leave her. Sorry, I'm just catching up in the chat. Hoodie said we need the judicial system to catch up to the social media and create laws to protect victims and families in active trauma. No one should have their trauma weaponized against them. Agreed. Sally, BJ was in Moon's chat while she said vile things about 4-year-old's trauma. Yes. Once again, I was going after Craig, not BJ. She stepped in front of her abuser and protected him by turning the narrative to herself. Go back and watch the live. Jane said BJ wants everyone to be accountable to what they do, but denies doing anything wrong on her part. That's why she's brought up a lot. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like throwing your rocks, hiding your hands. Yes, Jamal, I would think that would be good. Agreed. What isn't don't clear up situations? True. Hey, Josen, thanks for coming. At this point, Brittany should turn her channels into a sleep stream channel or a family vlogging channel or family vlogging and troll the fuck out of these people. Everything leads back to her. It's her fault. Not everything is her fault. Just no troll. It's just the fact that she seems to find herself in the muck and the mire of it all, when she should be kind of laying low and focusing on her true crime. Jenny, I'm not gonna deny that it was money for Moon, and she's very motivated by money. Scotty Dog, yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just skimming through the chat. My apologies. Trying to catch up. Thank you for being here. Dollhead. Sorry, Miss Dollhead. All right. Not exciting what she said, but truth and supporters were her chat prior going up her son and her DV situation. Dollhead. Truth said he was responding to Brittany, not to Brittany. Sorry, Truth. Truth was responding to Craig. So not to Brittany. Brittany jumped in between and basically caught bullets, if I'm understanding. Lisa Corinne. Hey, Lisa. Welcome. In my opinion, there was no outrage from BJ when Sebastian's possible essay was exploited. Jenny says, I think Moon was taken advantage of because she's got no money too. No excuses for her. Jenny, I agree. I'm going to agree with you partially because I have heard that when you find someone desperate for money who has nothing, they're some of the most malleable, most exploitable people you can find. Ash says, just because you or someone has justified the nasty things they spew with whatever excuse doesn't mean it's not violent, still just as wrong as the other things. Hope Echo Ash 274. I don't call out in some chats because the chats gang up on you. Nothing changes either. Yeah, this is why um I've kind of fashioned my channel the way it's fashioned. I want everyone to come in here to be able to speak their mind, say what they have to say, speak their truth without being ganged up on. And I appreciate the people who do understand what my channel's about and are okay with coming here, speaking their mind, being respectful. And you don't have to agree, but you don't have to be hateful. There's no reason to where people should be afraid to type in a chat. When I see chats like that, it's like, who wants to be there? Who wants to be a part of that? I'm saying? Who wants to engage in something that's supposed to be entertaining, but turns out to be like, oh, I can't speak my mind or like disagree with the creator. Otherwise, the whole chat just turns against me. And that's how you lose subscribers as well. You lose views, you lose subscribers because once people just don't feel comfortable, they won't go back. Jensen, did True speak on moon trauma first? No. To me, from what I'm understanding of the way the live was just sent, Truth's live was sent to me to watch, because the person who sent it to me thought that something was going to happen. Uh, Moon just went in. For nothing, in my opinion. Angelina, Jamal, I've never been in your chat, but I appreciate you having an open conversation. I'll always be open, but I do have firm opinions, and I also want people to feel comfortable coming into my chat and having firm opinions as well. So I appreciate you being here. B. Craig was the focus of Truth's outrage over the report that was read out. He didn't attack BJ. Yes, Truth did say that. Oh, be frank. Since you're here, do you happen to know which live that is? I don't think I've seen that one. I've only caught the last couple. So if you kind of can point me in the right direction, or Truth, if you're here, can you point me to that live as well? I really appreciate that. I just seen where QB won her lawsuit with Betty. Wow. Oh yeah, and I do want to touch on Truth. Truth. Like I started the lives. I say I'm so sorry this happened to you. I appreciate you being here to just like let me know like what happened, because I feel part of this is that everyone wants to be right, but no one wants to say, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Let me go check it out. Let me go see for myself, because when people do, like I said, multiple hour lives, it's difficult to keep up with everything. I think we all agree with that, but I always appreciate someone coming in, especially the person whose the conversation is centered around, comes in and says, hey, no, that didn't happen, it's there. I really really appreciate that, because I want to see I want to be able to have answers to the questions I have, and I also want answers to the different comments that we see. You know, I think it's important that if it's on tape, if it's on video, we need to go see it for ourselves. Doodle said, "I'm sorry, I'm over the subject of outrage. For me, all essays are limits, not just for the ones you support." I to me, I never heard of essay, and I'm going to use essay because this is where the live has gone. Normally, I would use the proper words, but I will, such as a topic. I'm going to filter that back because I think it's important. You know, yeah, and I don't understand how essay became a weapon of choice. I find it very odd. Lacey appears Betty wouldn't respond. Wow. And like Ash says, and like I said, would be in the end, there is no winner except the lawyers who make good money off the ridiculousness of petty YouTube drama. I mean, the attorneys always win with that good hourly rate. Oof, and I'm sure they mad that this is over. They're like, damn, I gotta find another one. They're probably scouring YouTube for lawsuits right now. At least I would be. Mm. All right, everyone. I think we are good. Does anyone have anything else to say? Ask. You know, B Frank says it's really hard to listen to BJ. It's really hard to listen to BJ string a narrative and tell people to go look. However, she deleted all of her old content. How? B Frank, we've been asking that for quite a while. We've been asking. Well, go look. See, it's there. And here's the thing. Speaking of that, no, no, that's not going to happen here. Truth is going to get the respect that he deserves here, and with this conversation, there's not going to be any of those comments here. No, that's okay. So be frank to answer how that works. I don't know. It depends on if the streams are privated or deleted. Soup says they'll find another lawsuit in this sector. I'm sure they will. Angelina, thank you for. Oh, Angelina, always. This um this wasn't the live I had planned for today, but I did have multiple people reach out and ask me to like speak on it, have my thoughts, and yes, my thoughts are a bit incomplete due to the information that I could find. It was kind of all over the place, so I did do the best I can to go off of the comments I've seen, the lives I've heard, and the community posts I've read. So, nothing. Respect goes a long way, and you shouldn't have to ask for respect. It should just be an automatic that we're going to go into a conversation with respect and common sense. You know what, Jensen? You ain't lied. You ain't lied. I mean, just saying. Thanks, Jamal. Very helpful and fair. Children are more important. Agreed. Gone from a channel period. That's my problem. Yeah, it's easy to say go look. Oh, go look when it's not there because no one's gonna find anything. All right, everyone. I think we are about it. I don't think there's anything else to um, say. Does anyone else have any other like things they want to share? Have to say? Want to get off their chest? Please do. It is my pleasure, and to truth, again, sorry this happened to you, and I hope you and your wife, if you're still on vacation, please enjoy it. Don't let this get you down. I know you won't, but you know we support you, and chat. You guys have been respectful and wonderful as always. And I will see you in the next one, which I hope will be Friday to talk about a little girl world. So I hope to see you there. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I will see you then. Bye.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me.
I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me.
Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take the loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic.
Ain't no motherfucker in this